You feel it, don't you? That subtle shift in the air. The texts are shorter. The I love you feels automatic. You tell yourself it's just stress, that you're overthinking it. But what if you're not? What if these are the first silent signs that you're no longer the only man in your life? Привет! My name is Tanya Sparks, and I'm your guide to the hearts and minds of Slavic women. Many Western men misread the signs of fading interest, confusing cultural differences with red flags. But some signs are universal, yet incredibly subtle. In this video, I will reveal 5 silent signs that a Slavic woman might be exploring other options. And most importantly, I'll tell you the one and only correct way to react that puts you back in the position of power. This is crucial information, so hit that subscribe button because you don't want to learn this lesson the hard way. This is more than just shorter texts. This is a drop in quality and emotional investment. A Slavic woman in love doesn't just talk, she builds a world with her words. She'll send you funny memes, ask deep questions, and want to know every detail about your day. The red flag isn't when the texts become short, but when they become hollow. Okay, good, haha. She stops asking follow-up questions. The conversation dies unless you resuscitate it. Remember, women, especially Slavic women, want a man who can create an interesting conversation. When she shorts contribution, it's because she's no longer emotionally invested in the world you're building together. This is incredibly subtle and powerful. A woman who is in love with you basks in your admiration. When you tell her she looks beautiful, her eyes light up. The silent sign is when this changes. You say, "You look stunning tonight," and instead of warm "thank you," you get a cold, quick "thanks." Or she immediately changes the subject. "Okay, are you ready to go?" This deflection in her subconscious putting up a wall. She no longer wants to receive your romantic energy because accepting it would feel like a lie. She is emotionally rejecting your role as her admirer. Slavic women are often proud to be with their men. In public, they enjoy a small signs of connection. Holding hands, a hand on your back, a quick kiss. The red flag is when she subtly starts to pull away in public. She might put her hands in the pockets when you reach for her hand. Or she turns her head when you lean in for a kiss. This isn't about being shy. This is a public statement. She is subconsciously creating physical distance because the emotional distance is already there. She no longer wants the world to see you as a unit because in her mind you are not. It's not that she is suddenly busy, it's that she stops sharing the details of her life with you. Before, she would come home and tell you a funny story about her co-worker or a frustrating moment from her commute. Now, when you ask how her day was, the answer is generic, fine or normal. She went out with her friends, but there are no stories, no gossip, no shared emotions. She is compartmentalizing her life, and you are no longer in the inner circle part of it. A relationship is built on shared experiences. When she stops sharing, she has stopped building. This is the final and most devastating sign. You mention that trip you were planning for summer, and she says, "Let's see, it's still far away." You talk about meeting her family, and she says, "Maybe later, they are very busy." The future, which was once your shared territory, has become your private property, and you are not invited. A Slavic woman who sees a future with you loves to plan it, to dream about it. When she starts treating the future like a place she might be visiting without you, it's because she is actively considering that possibility. She is looking for someone who behaves differently, and perhaps she thinks she found him. So, you see one or more of these signs. Your first instinct is to confront her, to demand answers, to check your phone. Do not do this. That is the response of a weak man. It makes you the police, not the prize. The only correct response is to pull back your energy and attention. Not a game, but for real. Stop initiating all the texts. Get genuinely busy with your own life. Go to the gym. Focus on that project. See your friends. Here is the secret. Your withdrawal does one of two things. First, if you were wrong, your absence will make her miss you, and she will come towards you to close the distance. Second, if you were right, your withdrawal confirms to her that you are a high-value man who will not tolerate disrespect. You are demonstrating that you play in a different league, that your world does not revolve around her. Either way, you win. You either reset the dynamic or you gracefully exit with your dignity intact, ready for a woman who deserves you. Remember, your power is not in what she does, but in how you react. A man of purpose is not a detective, he is a king, and a king doesn't chase, he attracts. If you're in this difficult situation and need a clear strategy, click the link in my description to book a one-on-one consultation with me. We will build a plan. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of Slavic Love Secrets. До свидания!